is yours too. Number 30. Byrna SD Kinetic Launcher. Ultimate Bundle. For $400, this might be the most complete personal defense kit on Amazon. The Byrna SD Kinetic Launcher fires hard kinetic rounds at 330 FPS, accurate up to 60 feet. The CO2 stays sealed until your very first trigger pull, so it's always ready. One cylinder gives you 20 shots. From an intruder's perspective, it looks exactly like a real pistol. That alone stops most situations cold. You get the launcher carrying case, 7 CO2 canisters, and 60 total rounds. Surprising fact, the CO2 puncture and the first shot happen in the exact same trigger pull. Instant. Every time. Number 29. Smith & Wesson Bullseye. Throwing knives. At just $24, most people walk right past this, and that's a mistake. And the Bullseye throwing knives are a set of 6 perfectly balanced 10-inch stainless steel throwers in a nylon belt sheath. Each one is 7 ounces of 2CR13 steel, ambidextrous and consistent in the throw. Imagine pulling out 6 blades at a campsite confrontation. The conversation ends before it starts. They come with a lifetime warranty. Surprising fact, Smith & Wesson has been making bladed tools for decades. Most people only know the firearms side of the brand. Number 28, Ontario Knife CP10 Marine Raider. At $90, this is military-grade fixed steel that most people completely overlook. The Ontario SP10 Marine Raider has a 9.75-inch blade and a rubberized Creighton handle that stays grippy even when wet. A folding knife takes 2 hands and a full second to open. This is out and ready the moment you draw it. No fumbling, no steps. Ontario has been making military-grade blades since 1889. Surprising fact, Kraton is the same rubberized compound used in industrial tool grips worldwide. It physically cannot slip out of your hand. Number 27. Recolorfine Lipstick Mini Stun Gun. For $14, this might be the most clever self-defense tool ever made. The Recolorfine Lipstick Stun Gun looks exactly like a lipstick tube. It lives in your purse. It delivers a high-voltage jolt with a loud crack that disorients any attacker instantly. It also has a 100-lumen flashlight, bright enough to temporarily blind someone in a dark parking lot. A safety-disabled pin means it will never accidentally fire in your bag. Surprising fact, 100 lumens in a dark enclosed space is genuinely blinding. Most tactical flashlights start right at that number. Number 26. Crosman DPMS SBR Air Rifle. At $177, this fires 1,400 rounds per minute, and nobody needs a license to own it. The Crosman DPMS SBR is a CO2-powered BB rifle firing at 430 FPS on full auto. The blowback action kicks like a real rifle, 6-position adjustable stock, runs on 2 standard 12-gram CO2 cartridges. In the dark, nobody knows what it is. They just see a short-barreled rifle pointed at them, and they make a very fast decision. Surprising fact, DPM started as an actual military manufacturer. This isn't a toy brand wearing tactical clothing. Number 25. Sold Steel Viking Battle Axe. For $60, you're holding a weapon that made entire armies retreat for 1,000 years. The Cold Steel Viking Battle Axe is drop-forged, shaped from one solid piece of steel under extreme pressure. The curved cutting edge ends in 2 points, so you can chop, hook, or stab. Comes on a 30-inch hickory handle. Walking into a room holding this 35-ounce forged axe communicates exactly one thing. You are not someone to test today. Surprising fact, drop forging creates a grain structure in the steel that makes it significantly stronger than any cast or assembled axe at any price. Number 24. Our Rhino USA Survival Shovel. At $37, this is 7 tools in one, and most people only think it's one. The Rhino USA Survival Shovel is a shovel, pick, saw, fire starter, whistle, bottle opener, and hoe, all in solid carbon steel. It collapses to just 7 inches and extends to a full 31 inches. As a defensive tool, A 31-inch carbon steel rod swung with intent is not something anyone wants to be on the wrong end of. Surprising fact, Rhino USA is a family-owned American business that backs every product with a true lifetime replacement. No questions, no hassle. Number 23, Vipertek VTS 989 Stun Gun. For $26, this delivers something that stops people mid-step, that sharp, crackling buzz nobody wants near them. The Vipertek VTS 989 is one of Amazon's best-selling stun guns for a reason. Powerful, rechargeable, and compact, with a bright LED flashlight built right in. Here's what most people miss. You don't even need to make contact. The sight and sound of those electrodes firing in close quarters is enough to end most confrontations on its own. Surprising fact, internal shock plates prevent the stun from being grabbed out of your hand and turned against you. Number 22, Gerber Pack Hatchet. At $44, this is the most underrated defensive carry tool most people never even consider. The Gerber Pack Hatchet has a 3.5-inch black oxide steel blade with full tang construction. Steel runs the full length of the handle, making it nearly unbreakable. At 20.8 ounces, it's light enough to forget you're even carrying it. Someone follows you on a trail. You stop. You unclip this without saying a single word. Most people suddenly find somewhere else to be. Surprising fact, the removable nylon sheath mounts directly to a bag or belt for instant one-handed access anytime. Number 21, Meridius Reaper Survival Spear. Survival Spear, for $47, you're getting 25 inches of full-tang double-edged steel. Nothing else at this price comes close. The Meridius Reaper has an 18-inch double-edged blade, full tang, through a 7-inch grip with a finger guard. Standing at the top of your stairs, holding this sends a message that needs absolutely no words. The nylon belt sheath means it travels with you camping, hiking, or anywhere you need serious peace of mind. Surprising fact, the black oxide coating reduces glare in low light conditions. That's a real tactical design choice, not just aesthetics. Number 20, Gamo Swarm Magnum 10X Air Rifle. At $3110, this fires supersonic pellets and does it 10 times before you ever reload. The Gamo Swarm Magnum 10X Gen 3i fires .22 caliber at 1300 FPS with a 10-shot inertia-fed magazine. The Whisper Fusion system keeps it surprisingly quiet. A 3-bullet 9x40 scope is already in the box, ready to shoot straight out of the package. Surprising fact, Gamo has been making air guns since 1961 and is the world's largest pellet manufacturer. This is a global precision company, not a toy brand, wearing a serious label. Number 19, Bear X Desire XL Pistol Crossbow for $50. This fires at 175 FPS, makes zero sound, and fits inside a backpack. The Bear X Desire XL Pistol Crossbow is self-cocking. One-arm motion, and it's fully ready. 3 premium bolts included. No bang, no flash, nothing to alert anyone nearby. It's 2 a.m. and something is moving around your campsite. You step out with this already cocked. Whatever is out there has no idea what you're holding. Surprising fact, Bear Archery has 90 years of history behind this product. When they say dependable accuracy, they mean it. Number 18, KA Bar TDI Law Enforcement Knife. At $75, this is the off-duty carry choice of real law enforcement. And now you can own the exact same thing. The KA-BAR TDI was designed after studying actual police encounter data. The curved handle deploys and locks into your grip in under a second. Fixed blade, nothing to open, nothing to fumble under pressure. In close quarters where a folder is nearly impossible to open one-handed, this is already in your grip and ready. Surprising fact, KA-BAR has been supplying military and law enforcement blades continuously since World War II. That's not marketing, that's history. Number 17, Saber Home Defense Pepper Projectile Launcher for $173. This gives you 60 feet of buffer zone inside your own home. The Saber Home Defense Launcher fires .68 caliber pepper projectiles at 60 feet. Direct impact. On indirect contact, they burst into a 6-foot pepper cloud, causing intense burning and involuntary eye closure up to 175 feet away. No recoil. Fiber optic sights. A pepper gel canister is included as an additional backup option. Surprising fact, Saber is trusted by NYPD, Chicago PD, and US Marshals. This is the exact same brand those professionals rely on daily. Number 16. Sec Fasthawk Tactical. Tomahawk. At $52, this gives you 4 functions in one tool, and a history that goes straight back to special operations. The SOG Voodoo Hawk Mini Tomahawk has a 2.75-inch satin stainless blade, a piercing spike on the back, and a steel pommel for hammering. At 23.1 ounces, it's light enough for daily carry in the included ballistic nylon belt sheath. Throw it, swing it, spike, hammer, nothing this compact does effectively. Surprising fact, Sulgay was originally created to replicate tools used by Special Operations Forces during the Vietnam War. This has serious military roots. Number 15. Vipertek VTS T03 Aluminum Stun Gun Flashlight. For $19, this is built from the same material used in aircraft components and costs less than most people's lunch. The Vipertek VTS T03 is aircraft-grade aluminum alloy, 6.75 inches, heavy, solid, and projecting total confidence before you ever activate the stun function. It looks exactly like a heavy-duty flashlight. Nobody knows what it really is until it's already too late for them. Surprising fact, aircraft-grade aluminum makes this a capable striking tool completely on its own, even without ever touching the stun function once. Number 14. Fox Knives Corambit Steel Tiger. At $175, this opens before it's even fully out of your pocket, and that changes everything. The Fox Knives FX599 Corambit uses the Emerson Wave feature. As you pull it from your pocket, the blade catches and deploys fully, already open, already in your hand, 0 extra steps. The curved tiger claw blade comes from Filipino and Indonesian martial arts, designed specifically for extreme close quarters control and retention. Surprising fact, the Emerson Wave is a patented mechanism. You get that speed and that deployment style absolutely nowhere else at this price point. Number 13. Sealed Steel Brooklyn Crusher Baseball Bat. For $32, this is the most universally understood defensive tool ever made, and this version never breaks. The Cold Steel Brooklyn Crusher is 29 inches of polypropylene that will never crack, splinter, or rot, ever. At 33 ounces, it's built for repeated heavy impact without any failure. You grab it, you walk downstairs. Nobody in that house is confused about what happens next. No loading, no charging, no unlocking anything. Surprising fact, this was engineered specifically for strength training, meaning it's built to absorb far more punishment than any wooden bat you've ever held. Number 12. Pocket Shot Pro Slingshot. At $25, this fires faster than most air rifles and disappears completely into your jacket pocket. The Pocket Shot Pro launches projectiles at up to 350 FPS. The whole thing collapses to just 2.3 inches. The watertight cap stores your ammo securely inside the unit itself. A steel ball bearing at 350 FPS is genuinely dangerous. Always treat it that way. Surprising fact, the circular design is fully patented. No one else makes a circular slingshot because no one else has figured out how to do it correctly at this performance level. Number 11, ESTW Camper's Axe for $65. This is 100 years of American craftsmanship, still made in the same factory in Rockford, Illinois. The Estwing Camper Axe is 26 inches of forged American steel. The shock reduction grip cuts impact vibration by 70%. The 4-inch edge is hand-sharpened at the factory before it ships. You're splitting wood at camp when someone unwelcome arrives. You keep splitting, you say nothing. They leave. Surprising fact, every single Estwing axe is made in the USA from American steel. Not assembled overseas, not imported. Fully made right there in Illinois. Number 10, Orion Rescue Flare Kit. At $75, this might save your life in a way nothing else on this list possibly can. The Orion Safety Flare Kit includes 4 Coast Guard approved 12-gauge aerial flares reaching 500 feet at 16,000 candela brightness, visible for miles in any direction, stranded on a mountain road, broken down at sea, no signal. One flare turns you from completely invisible to unmissable in under 2 seconds. Surprising fact, the 12-gauge launcher looks and operates enough like a firearm to carry its own powerful deterrent presence in the right situation. Number 9. Sefaji Kiku Fixed Blade Knife. For $310, this is one of the finest production fixed blades ever made, and the steel tells you exactly why. The Soji Kiku is designed alongside world-renowned bladesmith Kiku Matsuda. The 6-inch blade is Cryo 3V tool steel, cryogenically treated to improve toughness at the molecular level. Satin finish, 10 inches overall. It handles everything without ever once making you question the steel underneath. Surprising fact, Cryo 3V, cryogenic treatment, is a process most production knives never go near. At this price, you're getting metallurgy. Most people only ever read about in reviews. Number 8. Centerpoint Wrath 430X Crossbow at $699. This is the most powerful no-licensed defensive option on this entire list. The Centerpoint Wrath 430X fires at 430 FPS with 164 foot-pounds of energy. The compound cam system multiplies your draw force into extreme arrow speed. At just 9 inches axle to axle when cocked, it moves through tight hallways and doorways easily. The silent crank draws it without any loud mechanical noise giving you away. Surprising fact, 430 FPS is faster than many rifle rounds travel at 100 yards downrange. At closer distances, the energy this delivers is truly extraordinary. Number 7. Honcho Spartan Sword. Spartan Sword. For $95, this is battle-ready D2 tool steel, one of the hardest steels found in any production blade at this price. The Honcho Spartan Sword has a 16.5-inch D2 blade, blood groove, full tang, and weight-reducing through holes. 23 inches total. It snaps into a leather belt sheath in under a second. Hang it on your wall. It's genuinely impressive. If it ever needs to come off that wall, it becomes immediately exactly what it was designed to be. Surprising fact, D2 steel is harder than most kitchen knives and most hunting blades you'll ever find combined. Number 6. Spitz Tactical Neck Knife. Cutlery at $19, this is always on your body, which makes it the most available weapon you can possibly own. The Spitz X-Ton K Neck Knife weighs just 3.53 ounces with the sheath included. The 3.07-inch full-tang tanto blade hangs around your neck under your shirt all day. Fixed blade, it cannot close on you accidentally. In a struggle where you can't reach a waistband or a bag, one motion to your chest puts a ready fixed blade directly into your grip. Surprising fact, it fully converts to horizontal belt carry. 2 carry modes. Same knife, same $19. Number 5. Saber Pepper Spray. Keychain for $15. This is maximum police grade strength, always on your keys, always already in your hand. The Saber Pepper Spray fires a powerful stream, not a cloud, for 10 full seconds at 12 to 14 feet. Stream delivery means crosswind never blows it back at you. UV dye marks the attacker for police identification afterward. Trusted by NYPD, Chicago PD, and US Marshals, the quick-release keychain means it's out in one single motion. Surprising fact, 42% of crimes involve multiple attackers. 10 full seconds of spray means you have enough time for more than one. Number 4. Condor Survival Machete. Mokrechin Onsu. At $86, this is handcrafted carbon steel with a walnut handle and a hand-welted leather sheath. at a price that makes no sense for what you're actually getting. The Condor Survival Machete uses a convex grind, the same grind found on splitting axes, making it more durable under heavy impact than a flat grind. Real hardwood handle, real leather sheath, made by actual craftspeople who take their time. Surprising fact, the convex grind genuinely gets stronger and more refined, with proper sharpening over years of use. This blade literally improves with time. Number 3. Spec Ops 10 PRY. For $10, this is the most affordable serious defensive item on this entire list, and it never fails. The Spec Ops 10 pry bar is high carbon steel 10 inches, precision honed, solid weight in your hand from the moment you pick it up, zero moving parts, never needs a battery, never needs charging. If it's already in your tool belt, it's already in your hand before any situation develops fully. Surprising fact, Spec Ops Tools donates 3% of every single sale directly to veterans organizations. Your $10 goes further than you'd ever expect. Number 2, Sealed Steel Recon. One folding knife at $77. This is the everyday carry folding knife that serious people actually carry every single day. The Cold Steel Recon 1 has a 4-inch S35 VN blade with diamond-like carbon coating, one of the hardest surface treatments on Earth. G10 handle grips in cold, wet, and oily conditions without question. The Triad lock has never been known to fail under pressure testing. Cold Steel actively encourages people to try breaking it themselves. Surprising fact, S35 VN is an American-developed steel specifically engineered for the most demanding knife applications. You're carrying serious American metallurgy. Number 1, UMRX T4E HDS .68 CL Home Defense. Shotgun for $170. This is exactly why nothing else on this list could ever be number 1. The UMRX T4E HDS is a CO2-powered pump-action shotgun launcher, firing any .68 caliber projectile, steel balls, rubber balls, pepper balls, nylon balls. One platform. You choose the threat level every single time. That pump-action rack sound in a dark house is one of the most universally understood sounds on Earth. Most intruders stop right there. For those who don't, 325 plus FPS, .68 caliber, your choice of what's loaded. Surprising fact, because it accepts any .68 caliber projectile, you can escalate or de-escalate based on exactly what's standing in front of you. No other item on this list gives you that flexibility. Those are your 30 options, all on Amazon, all no license needed. Every link is in the description below. Check what fits your budget and your situation. Stay prepared, stay responsible. If this helped you, subscribe. I drop real, useful content every week. Stay safe out there.